Okay, guys, we're back here again. I'm going to answer some questions I got regarding COMC. So let's get started here. The first one I got was whether or not you should upgrade to a premium account, which I wasn't really aware of, so I looked into it. So one thing I failed to mention on the last video I made was that COMC will charge you a 1 cent per card storage fee per month. So that fee is for cards that are priced 75 cents or more. If you upgrade to this premium account, $50 a month, you won't get charged a storage fee for cards 75 cents to $2.50. So you would have to have a lot of cards for that to be worth it for you. So in my mind, I wouldn't worry about it right now unless you're up to like 10,000 cards or something. So for cards that you price 74 cents or less, you're not going to get charged that storage fee. So there's a really small window where you don't have to pay this monthly storage fee. All right, so if I price a card for 74 cents, COMC adds a 25-cent fee to the buyer. So that means that the card is going to cost 99 cents. So what you see when you see a card on COMC is that, say you have a card that is, well, that's an expensive one, but like this card is, if you price it at, let's see, 48.74, it's going to be $49. All right, so they add a 25-cent fee, and that doesn't go to the seller, it goes to the buyer. But the buyer really isn't aware of that fee. All right, so that answered that question. The next one I have is whether or not I sell at thrift shops. I'm assuming that's like a consignment shop. I don't really do that. I think you could go into a antique mall would be a good idea. You could have cards in an antique mall. An antique mall, you have like a little space you rent, which is like $50 a month or something. I kind of looked into it, but there's a long waiting list. That might be something that I do someday. You know, you could probably make two, three, four, $500 a month. You know, that would be a reasonable amount of money to get if you're not, spending a bunch of time in there. Your initial time is just mostly setting up and then maintaining the inventory once every, I would say, probably 3 weeks, depending on the location. So other question I had was shipment. So right here on the left, this request shipment. So right now I have 430 cards that I can have shipped to me. So these are ones I bought over the last month or so. So it cost me $9.24 to have that shipped to me. If I want it shipped faster, which is like a week or two, it's over $100. So forget trying to get items shipped faster. It's not worth it. Another thing here is yesterday I got all these cards shipped to me. So these 6 cards that there's like over 3,000 cards here. The first order was May 29th, so it's been quite a while. And my last order was August 5th. So I'm thinking that they're getting much closer to being back on schedule for shipping. I'm guessing, I'm not sure, that shipping time is around a month now. I'm guessing. If you guys know, leave in the comments. So the next question I have, so it's flat rate shipping. So $9 is what I have to pay for 400 plus cards. So that was another question. So none of this 50 cents per card ship or whatever. It's just the flat fee. Another question I had was if I pay a monthly fee. No, I don't. I pay that 1 cent storage fee on cards that are 75 cents or more. What else? Taxes. That's a good question, whether or not I pay taxes. So here is my credit. Now, for me to pay taxes, I don't think I'm going to have to pay any taxes on credit. I sold quite a bit on last year on COMC. I didn't get what's called a 1099 form, which is like an online sales form, small business form. I didn't get one of those. I got one from eBay, so I have to pay taxes on what I sold on eBay. So if you guys are selling on eBay, you have to make sure you have to show receipts of what you're buying, what you sold it for, all your fees and all this stuff. It's quite time consuming. Any small business, you're gonna have to, like, taxes are a major pain. You're just gonna have to, like, deal with it. And I do it all myself. I have these different ways I make money, but it takes me probably 2, 3 solid days of doing my taxes, and I have gotten audited, and that went fine. So I think I'm doing it all right. I'm not making $1 million a year or anything, so um, I think I'm fine. I don't think I'll get audited again, but it can happen. So you just got to show them, like, hey, like if I go to a show, I set up, here are my fees, this is my mileage, this is my hotel, these are my meals. Keep your receipts, keep track of everything. Because I got audited, anyone can get audited. And that was when I first started. I didn't make much money at that time. So, um, anything else? I got my links below. I think those should be fixed. My eBay store, my COMC store, and my Instagram, if you guys can follow me on there. I had a suggestion for Larry, the Media Marauder, who I follow, and he does really well on his videos. I've really learned quite a bit from him, and he does through the mail as well, so that's pretty cool to see those. Um, he had a question on whether, I think his video said something like, should I spend the time showing what sells on eBay? So, Larry, I've got a suggestion for you. So, I might do this as well. I was thinking about this. What I'm using right now is OBS Studio to record my screen, and it records my voice. It has some issues. Unfortunately, it crashes, and then the sound. This is like the fourth time I'm recording this video, so the sound goes out and it crashes. And hopefully, I'm doing okay on this one. So this is, I'm gonna go to my sales page. So Larry, maybe once a week you could pull this up. You've got a personal computer, I'm assuming you do, or a laptop. I'm doing this on a laptop right now. You can go on your sales page. I know you're really familiar with eBay, so, and just go through and say, so this card I bought at a show, local show, and I paid $1 for this card, a Ken Herbeck autograph, and I sold it for $10. I bought the card a couple of years ago. I kind of know all the stuff in my head, what I paid for everything I have, basically. I could pretty much tell you, and where I got it. So that would be an idea if you have a shirt or whatever, Larry. Instead of like going around in your store and pulling things out and showing them that way, this would be like, it would take you, as long as OBS doesn't crash. It's called OBS Studio. It's free software. As long as it doesn't crash on you, it would take you 10 minutes. You could just go through your weekly sales and do that. So I'm thinking about doing that as well. And just an idea for anyone to be able to do that kind of thing. What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that you guys had. If there is, just let me know. I'll address any other questions you have in any future videos. So going back to COMC here, I have that big hoard of cards that I just purchased. I've had some pretty decent sales lately. These are all $1.50, $2.50, $3, but I'm selling every day. I'm selling 10 cards a day, let's say. And it doesn't sound like a lot, but to me it's all extra. If I had a lot, like all these cards basically I had, and one thing I will show you is what I have is a lot of oddball stuff up. So for example, this card is a Canadian Football League card from the 80s. And I probably don't have anything into this card, maybe 5 cents or something. But so this is an example of stuff that I try to send in. Again, like these star basketball cards. Talked about that quite a few times. And I know, like, I only have like $1 in this card, and it sold for $7.50. Here's a flip I had. This card here, I paid 226. I sold for 399, and then I got 379 out of it. Not a lot of money, but it was a David Ortiz card numbered to 25. Well, I think that's going to sell. So it was just something I kind of stumbled upon. And, here's an Iowa Hawkeyes card. I'm from Iowa, so I have access to this kind of stuff. And I've maybe paid $5 for the whole set. And I pulled some out to get autographs through the mail. And same with this kind of stuff, just oddball stuff. And I showed all this kind of stuff before, but I'm just trying to reiterate to you guys, you can't just send in the same kind of stuff that everybody does where there's 200 of the same card on there. You're not going to do well. So I want to see you guys do well, and I think you all can. It's just a matter of learning what you can send in and just having an idea in your mind when you go to shows or whatever, if you're buying a lot somewhere, or if you have, during the lockdown, I went through probably 100,000 cards that I have in my house. All right, I went through everything, and I pulled out 5,000 cards or whatever, and then things I wasn't sure on, I looked everything up. It took me a couple weeks of every day I was doing this. So, maybe some of you guys, Larry, you probably got a ton of cards. I'm just guessing from watching your videos. And it's going to take work to do that, but it's an option. If you just have cards sitting in your house that aren't doing you any good, this is a good option. And that's the way I saw it. Like I was skeptical of COMC for quite a while. And then I just said, well, I'm just going to go for it. I'm just going to try. I'll try my hardest. I'll see what happens. And, to be totally honest with you guys, I found it works. And I bought some really good stuff on here as well with the credit I've had. So, maybe I'll go to one card I have here. Let's see, best way to do that. My inventory. Let's see. Sorry guys, I don't look at my own inventory all that much, so I'm trying to find. These are all cards I haven't priced yet, so I'm trying to just find the cards in my store. So, all right. So this card here. All right. So I bought this card last year. It is a Walter Payton and Michael Jordan cut 1/1 Leaf Executive Edition. So I bought this card with the credit I got. And this is something you guys could do if you don't want to sell at shows or whatever. Send in. I bought this card last year, a year ago, and it was $1,000. I thought that was a good deal. Michael Jordan, anything. This is his like rookie signature here. I can tell you that. I don't know what that's on. It's a cut, but Walter Payton, Michael Jordan, 1/1. I mean, anything Jordan, any autograph of Jordan is over $1,000. That's all there is to it. And I do have some high dollar stuff in here. This Arnold Palmer, I know I got on here. I think I paid around $60 for it, and I just put it back on here. And Arnold Palmer 3x5. All right, so just to give you guys an example of some of the stuff I bought, and I bought this. It should tell me somewhere I can find the price. I think I paid $50 for that, and I just have it back up for 100. So T206. All right, in pretty good shape. So again, some of the stuff I'm just trying to, I like this Jordan I bought as well. It's a little rougher. All these Jordans I bought on here. So that's it, guys. So I'll have the next videos. I'm going to show what I got shipped in from COMC, and I'll have those out and stay tuned for more. Please, guys, like and subscribe, leave comments. This is a lot of work to do all this, and I enjoy it, and I hope you guys learned something. But if you guys know anybody that might enjoy this content as well, please let them know. I really appreciate you watching. Stay